Hey Web3 curious listeners, today's episode is sponsored by BitLayer, the first Bitcoin security equivalent layer 2 based on the BitVM paradigm. This episode was shot live at the Solana Breakpoint in Singapore, where we met several innovative guests who are pushing the boundaries of Web3 technology. First up, we have Raag from KAST, who shares insights on how they are revolutionizing the user experience with stablecoins and introducing the first ever Solana card, as well as offering an interest-free spending option against Solana holdings. Next, we chat with Sam Kang from Jambo, the most widely distributed Web3 mobile phone in history. Learn about their mission to empower users in the emerging markets with affordable smartphones that come pre-installed with dApp Store and multi-chain wallet, enabling users to earn and spend in the Web3 space. You'll also hear from Josh Sum of Solayer, the restaking layer on Solana, who discusses their unique approach to the integration and exciting developments on their roadmap. Finally, Iam Cummings from Photofinish shares the latest news about their horse racing game, which has just been approved in the App Store. Finally, Iam Cummings from Photofinish shares the latest news about their horse racing game, which has just been approved in the Apple App Store. Find out how players can engage in the real money betting on virtual horse racing and the community they've built around this innovative game. Tune in to learn more about the future of finance, gaming, technology in the Web3 space, and discover how these communities are making a significant impact. Cue the intro.
Welcome to The Edge of NFT, the podcast that brings you the top 1% of Web3 today and what will stand the test of time. We explore the nuts and bolts of the business side and also the human element of how Web3 is changing the way we interact with the things we love. This podcast is for the dreamers, disruptors, and doers who are pumped about this ecosystem and driving where it goes next.
Hey everybody, Richard Carthon here with The Edge of NFT. We're live at Solana Breakpoint here in Singapore, and I have another great guest with us. We have Raag with KAST, who just came off the main stage giving an amazing speech to everyone about what you got going on over at KAST. Pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So first, I want to learn just about what is KAST, and then I want a little bit of a breakdown of what you just talked about during your keynote.
Yeah, for sure. So previously I worked, before founding this company, at Circle, looking after the Asia business. So Circle's best known for USDC and stablecoins. And our feeling was that in most countries in the world, about 150 countries, banking is really not working, especially for global trade, people selling services and goods on the internet, and stablecoins are sort of taking their place. But the experience around stablecoins are not great. Like, you have to either use an exchange or you have to use a wallet. It's not like a banking style experience, right? And that's what we're trying to fix. We think that on the Solana ecosystem, all the components of having a bank there, you can have like a check or cash account, which is just stablecoins. Then you've got the equivalent of a savings account, and now you can have a card as well. And so that's what we've put together, and it's very super simple to use user experience, which we spend a lot of time and we're very passionate about. And that's what we introduced on stage. But we also introduced a couple of other things as well, more aligned to the Solana ecosystem. And so a lot of people have heard about PayFi and are still waiting to see exactly how that plays out. And we actually launched a Solana validator. And the main reason is that soon you'll be able to bring your Solana to KAST and actually spend up to 60% against your Solana, interest-free for life.
Wow.
Of course, what we do is we hold it, on our validator securely, and then we use the interest from that to basically cover the costs of it. But it's a very, very cool user experience. You have your Solana there, you have the equivalent like a Visa card, and then you can go and spend against it. And you don't have to worry about, do I have to pay it off by the end of the month for my interest free? And we think that's a really, really cool use case to show the innovation that's happening in Solana. And then finally, I think the thing that we launched is the first ever Solana card. So we've partnered with the Solana Foundation to actually release 4 cards. There's a entry level virtual card, which is free for anyone, which they can on board with. But of course, there's always going to be people who want cooler products, and so we're trying to innovate around that as well. So we've actually introduced like an illuminated card as well, which is like 10 Sol, and it's like when you tap it, it actually illuminates like a Solana logo, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And a little bit something to show off. And then we have a gold card as well, which has more benefits and so forth. But then we have the crazy 100 only being made available right now. Normally by invite only, the Solana Solid Gold card. And this is like the heaviest solid gold card in the world. It actually costs us more than $10,000 to make one.
Wow.
So it's like, and it comes with 3 of the normal gold cards as supplementary cards. Now, this is not really for everyone, but there is some people who want to have want to show off the exclusivity that they've got their hands on one of these, and if that's you, then go for it. It does come with some other stuff. People are like, "What do I get for the?" It's 250 Sol, so it's not cheap at all.
Right.
But it does come with things such as our concierge, which we're rolling out, which is a never say never concierge. You can ask them for anything, and they will deliver it. And that comes with a couple of years of that rolled in as well. So you actually end up, when you figure out earn rates and all that, it actually ends up being DRSA value for money as well. So that's basically what we launched, and we're excited to see what the uptake is. The Solana cards are in pre-order right now.
Which is really exciting. So you are bringing banking in a very easy way to Solana. You're also providing cards in which people can go into the physical world and use Solana to pay. And you are creating this interface in that, I want to say that Web 2.5 of like bridging the gap between the two.
Yeah.
For not necessarily Solana users, but even for people that are trying to come into this space to get introduced to the possibilities that are Web3.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the things is that there's a few 100 million people who are interested in crypto and trading crypto, but the need for stablecoins and a need for banking is like a 5 billion person problem. And I think we're on the cusp of being able to build a product where actually for most of those 5 billion people, they wouldn't even need to know it's crypto rails underneath. It just feels like a bank, right? And that's basically what we're trying to build. We still have a long way to go, but we think the components of starting that journey are now available on the Solana ecosystem, but someone just had to put a really good user experience around it, and that's what we're aiming to do.
Absolutely, which is awesome. And you could have gone to a lot of different chains to do this, and we're here in Solana Breakpoint with a lot of awesome activity going on. So how's your experience been here so far, and what's been the reception post given your keynote?
I got to check the socials because I just literally got off the stage, but I think Solana is just an incredibly active, passionate, and innovative ecosystem, and so there's so many things we have to bring together to build this and continuously expand our offering. And we think that really, if you just want to cut to the chase, it's just basically Ethereum or Solana. The problem with Ethereum is it's too slow and too expensive, and the builders are all coming to Solana, and so it just makes complete sense to work with the Solana ecosystem. And also, I'd just say a note about the foundation itself is just so incredibly supportive, so easy to work with. They promote you, sometimes you're almost pinching yourself, is this really all for free, or they're really helping? They're just so helpful. And I think that's why we love the Solana ecosystem.
Absolutely. Well, the energy here is electrifying. There's definitely a lot of amazing collaborations to be done here, and it's on your home turf here in Singapore. But for those who are listening to this are really excited and they potentially want to be one of those exclusive gold members,
Sure.
What are the next steps they can take to participate?
Yeah, so you can go to our website, which is KAST.finance, and it's /Solana if you want to go and check out our Solana cards. They're in pre-order now. And then depending on the type, they'll take a little while to arrive, but they're available now pre-order, or you can join the waitlist as well.
Awesome. Well, you're here first. Go check it out, and appreciate you joining us today.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
A quick word from our sponsors who's ready to navigate the cutting edge of tomorrow's legal landscape. Because at Zuber Lawler, they're not just attorneys, they're visionaries. With expertise in emerging technologies like AI, blockchain, and the metaverse, they're paving the way for you to seize the future. For mergers and acquisitions to IP, their selective team delivers strategic solutions tailored to the ever-changing world of technology. Join us at Zuber Lawler, where the future meets the law at zuberlawler.com. Back to the episode. Hey everyone, Richard Carthon with the Edge of NFT here live at Solana Breakpoint, and I have another incredible guest that has an incredible product that I'm excited to learn more about. I walked past it and saw this. I was like, dude, I need to learn more about this. So we have Sam Kang with Jambo. How are you doing today?
Hey, it's a pleasure to be here, Richard. My name is Sam. I'm first employee at Jambo, and I guess the one-liner is Jambo is the most widely distributed Web3 mobile in Web3 history right now. Really wanted to share this vision is that since January of this year, we've actually sold 570,000 of these across 128 countries.
Wow.
And a lot of people are very curious how we've been doing that. Is Well, number one, our Jambo phone is priced at $99 US.
Wow, very affordable.
Yeah, very affordable. And a lot of people are like, oh, $99. Well, what are the capabilities? Well, the capabilities is similar to that of like an iPhone 11. So if you can imagine, it can pretty much run any Web3 game, wallet, application out there. And what's special about the phone is actually not the hardware itself, but what's inside of the phone. So if you get a phone, inside of it comes pre-installed with the Jambo app and partners that have partnered up with Jambo. And so within the Jambo app, very simple, two things, Jambo Play and Jambo Wallet. And so Jambo Play, in a nutshell, is a D-app store merged with a questing platform. And then Jambo Wallet is a multi-chain wallet that is an MPC wallet that we've made with Web3 Auth. And so the whole idea here is if you look at the box, right, it says, you have a Jambo phone, you have a job. And so we actually are selling primarily in emerging markets. So regions like Latin America, Africa, Southeast Asia. And we're targeting people that may not even have a smartphone, people that do not have access to bank accounts, the unbanked, and people who don't have the power to do cross-border payments, remittances, tackling inflation, and maybe a lot of mismatches between the type of education they're offered and the type of jobs they have available. And so what does everyone in these regions have is time, 24 hours a day that refreshes every day. And so by number one, giving these users a phone for the first time through a $99, powerful, with the opportunities and tools curated in one place, we can effectively onboard a user from Web 1 straight to Web 3. And yeah, and so that's kind of the vision here. And we're working locally with a lot of on and off ramp partners, so whatever they have been able to earn, they can spend in their everyday things.
Which is very powerful. So awesome recap of everything. And I think you did a good job of pricing this out, creating D-apps so people can, like you said, you have a job, you can go in there and immediately start earning, right, by doing different actions. But then also put it in an affordable way that most people would have the opportunity to come and participate with this. So I'm sure you've been working on this for a while. You're here now at, all the way in Singapore, Solana Breakpoint, and you have a booth, you have people coming through. What's been the reception so far?
Man, I think a lot of people were like, hey, I see the sign $99 on there. Is that like a sign-up fee? I'm like, no. That's the actual cost of the phone because we're targeting emerging markets, and people were blown away. And actually today we had like a pull-up bar. And so Jambo's motto is empower, inspire, live. And I think if you kind of look at like what Red Bull's doing, they're selling an energy drink, right? But essentially the whole idea is you're empowering people to buy that product through many cool things. So in a similar way, we have a pull-up bar. The person who does the most pull-ups that hour will be able to win a free Jambo phone. And we're also announced, this is the Jambo phone 1. We just announced our Jambo phone 2.
Woo!
And so a lot of people have been asking, what's special about this phone? Just for the same price of $99, it has higher specs. It has Jambo GPT. So now it has capabilities of GPT. You can pay with crypto. We give free service in the beginning for premium GPT because a lot of people across emerging markets cannot access OpenAI services, etc. And then there are a lot of new premium partners coming inside. And so if you can imagine, there have been some other phones in the past that were airdropped some tokens. Well, we have 70 plus partners inside of these phones that all provide their own tokens and rewards. And so that's what we have launched today, and that's the big news, yeah.
That's huge news. Well, I'm glad you were able to share that with us. And people probably watching, listening to this right now are really excited about this. They want to learn more. Hey, how can I get my hands on this? How can they both be able to get this, learn more about the community, and if someone's listening, they want to potentially participate and be one of the D-apps that are preloaded on here, how can they partner with you guys?
Yeah, so I guess number one, if you guys are looking to buy the Jambo phone 1, do it fast, because once we start officially launching the Jambo phone 2s, these will no longer be available. What that means is Jambo phone 1 holders will become OGs. So get it at jambophone.xyz. Now, if you want to keep up with what's going on around Jambo, all of our Jambo socials are at jambo.technology. And I guess third thing, if you want to come and participate, we're on the 4th floor. We have a big booth right now. And the biggest announcement that we're doing is obviously the launch of the Jambo phone 2. But right after Anatolia and Mert speak on stage today at 5:45, I'm gonna be on stage doing a pretty crazy show, and that is all under the light of Empower, Inspire, Live, and product showcasing. Yeah.
Well, I love it. Well, Sam, thank you so much for spending time with us, and everyone, make sure you go check out Jambo.
Richard, pleasure. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And now for a quick word from our sponsor before we dive into the next segment. Are you ready to take your sports predictions to the next level? Look no further than Maincard.io, the fantasy management platform that's taking the blockchain world by storm. With Maincard, every card is a ticket to excitement. You can predict sport outcomes, trade cards in the marketplace, and challenge opponents in thrilling weekly duels. And don't wait. Head to Maincard.io now and start earning rewards with your NFTs, because it pays to be early. And now back to today's episode. What's up, everyone? Richard from the Edge of NFT here, and we are live at Solana Breakpoint here in Singapore. And I have an amazing guest with me. We have Josh Sum, who is with Solayer. Great to have you here today.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah, man. It's been like a whirlwind over the last several weeks. Obviously, we just met each other in Korea, and now we got to reconnect here. Breakpoint's just getting started. How's the day been so far?
Day's been moving fast. Like I arrived 9 a.m., started unpacking all of our merch and stuff like that, and it's just been nonstop, just meeting people. It's very interesting because now we get to meet the people who are staked on Solayer, and we're like, oh wait, dude, Epoch Zero Staker, OG. I get to put like a face behind the numbers, and it's something like phenomenal when you kind of meet your end customers.
Right.
But other than that, yeah, meeting a lot of old partners, friends, hanging out in the city. Just inviting them for like lunch and whatnot. So yeah, showing them Singapore. I'm from Singapore, so.
That's really exciting, and for a lot of people, face this name, but for some new people out here don't necessarily know what Solayer is. Can you explain that to us?
Yeah, Solayer, so we are the restaking layer on Solana. So think of us as anything restaking, we are the guys for it. We handle, but we do restaking in a way that's very native to Solana, because you can't just copy paste icon layer. Things work differently. The tag is different, everything's different. So we customize it purely for Solana, and there are things that you can do on Solana that you can't do anywhere else, and that's where we are. I think we'll probably have a lot more of a product market fit on Solayer as well. So.
Yeah, which is why your growth has been amazing, and why you guys have been so busy out here. So with being able to connect and be here in Singapore with a lot of your end users, what's been some of the feedback that you've been getting IRL?
Feedback, one partner so far was saying that you guys are easier to integrate with because they come from the Ethereum world, right, where things are super hard to integrate with, especially for EigenLayer and some of the other protocols. But first we learned from the experience, and we were like, okay, if we're going to build this from scratch on Solana, how are we going to make integrations like single API call? Can we just make it like that, right? And that has been great response. I'm going to keep up the good work on that side. And other than that, folks were very interested in what's our roadmap. So definitely stay tuned, because we're launching like 2 or 3 different things here at Breakpoint. We have like a presentation coming up soon, either today or tomorrow. A lot of big news. So yeah, and then there's more stuff after Breakpoint as well. So
that's awesome. It's always a great time to be able to come and reveal your roadmap in real time with your community. But as you're here, you're exploring. What are some of the things that you're looking to hopefully take away from being here at this conference?
Takeaway. Good memories, of course. And of course, I think main things that we have on the professional side, integration partners, AVSs, people who are using our technology, building on top of us, stake providers, people who are going to be sending stake our way, community members as well, people who are going to be part of the Solayer on the larger Solana community as well. Super Team just met a lot of Super Team folks up there, and really, it's always a pleasure working with them. I think those are the main ones. Other than that, it's just getting to know everyone and having a good time. It's a conference and all, but I think it's good to kind of get to know people personally as well. So
it is, man. Built that FaceTime, built those relationships, and obviously you could have went to a lot of different places, but you chose to be here. So why did you choose to participate at Breakpoint?
I think Breakpoint. So I didn't manage to go last year to Amsterdam, and a lot of my friends. I was back in college, so I was stuck there. But my friends went and they showed me a bunch of photos, and I FOMO'd so hard. So I'm here right now in Breakpoint. This is where is it, and it's Solana focused, right? You can go to any other side event right now, and it's going to be a mixed bag, right? Here we know the quality of the crowd is great. Everyone's here is all aligned, and we're all working towards the same things. At least you're very much interested in Solana, and we are very much interested in Solana too. So we can fight.
Absolutely. Well, we definitely appreciate it. So everyone who's listening right now, they want to learn more about Solayer and be able to do all the things that they can on there. What are the next steps that they can connect?
Definitely go to our website. The links to all of our app, where to stake, all of that's on the website. Our Twitter as well. Most of the stuff goes out there, and links to our socials, Telegram group chats, and all of that's all on our website. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, Josh, thanks so much for spending some time with us.
All right. Perfect. Thanks for having me.
Hey everyone, Richard Carthon from the Edge of NFT here live at Solana Breakpoint, and I have Iam Cummings here with Photofinish. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. But first, I want to dive into, what is Photofinish?
Photofinish is a horse racing game. It is really a kind of a virtual version of real life in pretty much every way. Players are racing for real money, they're betting on races. It's kind of everything about horse racing except the real animal.
Right. Well, how is, with the people playing the game, because I saw it up there and people are having a lot of fun with it, how's the reception been so far?
It's been great. I mean, we've been out for nearly a year and a half now and have just been building a community this whole time. The Solana community is, of course, amazing. And today was the big announcement. We got approved by Apple. So
wow.
Having an app on the App Store that's real money, Solana, horse racing is the first that I think in the world. And so that is really an exciting milestone for us to move forward and really start growing into the next level.
Oh, absolutely. And so with having that go live in the store, so for people who listen to this right now, they can probably go to the store and download it. So how are they able to go and do that?
Yeah, I mean, it's in the US App Store only now, so that's the first step before we go into sort of worldwide. But yeah, if you just go to your Apple App Store and search for Photofinish Live, that's all you have to do, download. It's super easy to sign up, just takes an email and password, and then we try to hide a lot of the crypto elements, from people and help them get going in the game before they get overwhelmed with all of the crypto stuff.
So if everyone who wants to participate and also make sure that they can stay connected with you guys, basically just go to the website and can join all the other socials, or any other ways that they can potentially connect with you?
Yeah, photofinish.live is the website, and I mean, it's a kind of a vibrant ecosystem. There's races being run, there's people on there all the time. It's a pretty wild world that you can step in, and it's extremely deep and detailed and authentic. Myself, I'm on Twitter with Iam Cummings NFT if they want to follow me, but the Photofinish main account, all the alpha is there as well.
Perfect. Well, Iam, thank you so much for your time. Glad to be here.
Yeah, absolutely.
The views and opinions expressed on Edge of NFT reflect solely those views and opinions of the show hosts and its guests. Please make sure to do your own research. Our show is not financial advice. You understand that you are using any and all information available on or through this podcast at your own risk. Whenever making financial decisions, we recommend doing your own research and talking to your accountant for financial advice. From time to time, we may feature sponsored content on the show for which we receive value, and we may share links for which we receive a commission if you make a purchase through one of those links. Refer to our website, www.edgeofnft.com, for our full disclaimer, terms and conditions, and privacy policy.